Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am your host, Athalia Samuel, and welcome to another edition of Talks with Tals. I'm your host, and we're going to have so much fun. I want to thank all the people who have, been following all the time, and shout out to my newcomers on my talk show. And I want to say thank you to Showaholics for always being there for me and being a great sponsor. We're going to have so much other people coming on board just now, so don't be afraid. Don't just get your popcorn, sit down, get your juice and stuff, relax, because today we can't do our talks with Tals and we don't have fashion involved. And I just want to say shout out to the man who make my blazer. He's sitting right here with me right now. This is Marlon George, aka Dow.
Vibes.
Listen, if y'all don't laugh through this, because I will have to try my best to actually keep a straight face, because he's always either give full to the brim. Well, let me hear all the Dow sayings.
I mean, that collection kind of long. So to take you through that now will be
Is that 20 years?
Yeah, but I mean, we reached the full to the brim till it bursts. That's the way it is right now.
Alright, I know at one point in time it was aggrandized.
At one point in time was early tranquility. One point in time was full 100.
Full 100. Oh, good, I remember that day.
Full to the brim with discipline. Full to the brim with consistency.
You see?
You know what I mean? A whole lot now, boy. So, we evolved till it bursts right now.
And talking about evolution and evolving. How many years have you been in the fashion and design industry?
That's a real good question, but I never really check it because my movement is just about being better and being better and being better. But what I could say, I've been around sewing, I should say, because my mom, she was a community seamstress. We had a big up Janet Kernahan too.
What's the name? Give me the name.
Janet Kernahan. She's
Oh, Janet.
She in heaven right now, but
we're still giving her love and blessings right here all the time. Yes.
So I mean, that was the environment, you know. I was always the guy to take a little touch, fix something, stitch back our jockey shorts, hem my pants, you know, that kind of scene. So it always that kind of energy now, until I went to Moncton Junior Sec first, and then I went Bogue Malaches, and that's when I actually did tailoring the subject at Bogue Malaches. You know what I mean?
So you see all the children who feel going to secondary school is a scene.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. But I had to plug it too, because in them days they say Bogue Malaches was the worst school in Trinidad and Tobago.
Really?
Yeah.
And you come from there?
Yeah.
Nah man, the
and
liar
they
tell.
also say that nothing good does come out of book.
Nah, that's not what I say.
Yeah. So I just want to put that plug in about.
Alright, give him both the shout out as well.
Back into my Bogue Malaches
right.
No, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so the foundation really started in Bogue Malaches. I did tailoring practical. A matter of fact, it was tailoring practical, style and garments design, pattern construction, a communication, and something else. I can't remember.
Oh, you remember it nicely too.
Yeah. And that was in 1994. I left school, and then I repeated in 1995.
Right.
So the journey actually began from that point. You
okay.
know? After I left school, I worked with a few tailors here and there. The most memorable one for me was working with Mills, which is Gregory Mills, Mill House.
Mill House.
You know, that was a real big journey for me.
Yeah.
And then Mills ended up leaving and went to England to do some studies. And then I just decided, well, here was this scene. Time to create yourself now, buddy. And it was Dow.
Right.
Dow birth from that point, Dow creation.
Right, so just give the people what the Dow stands for.
Well, I get a history before.
Before we give it. Alright, so we're getting into the history because we're talking everything about Marlon George today.
Vibes. So, really and truly, on birth paper, you will see Marlon Quincy George.
Right.
But, when I was born in, right? My mother had the name Darwin.
Oh.
And my father wanted to call me Quincy.
Okay.
And then there was arguing. While they was arguing, I was hearing them. You know, because
so you and Sarah, they just arguing now?
Yeah, I said, well, let's cool it now, let's cool it now. And they was arguing, you know, like, no, I say Quincy, no. Darwin, no, Quincy. And then they say, here was the scene. The first boy named Marvin, so he go name Marlon.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's how that deal.
Why a bad story end?
Yeah. But my mom now was still, she could not give up that name now, boy. So when I came to Earth now,
yes, she
started to call me Darwin.
Wow.
And Darwin stayed right there.
Okay.
And Darwin was so prominent. It's like, where I from in Mongno, I had to put that plug too. We had to big up Oliver Trace Mongno.
Okay.
Yeah. So where I from in Mongno, the community don't even know my name is Marlon.
You kidding me?
I'm telling you.
So everybody would know you as Darwin.
Darwin.
Wait.
If you go Mongno now and ask some Marlon George asking who is he? You know what I mean? So it's Darwin.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So Darwin not even on your birth paper?
Not even on my birth paper.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It.
So that Darwin sticks so hard
that
it remained. And then I was always one of the kind of active guys in the community trying to plan this, plan cricket match, plan football, plan this, plan cultural activities, plan line, plan juve. So everybody always call him, you know. So they just get fed up and everybody started to say Dow. Yeah.
Okay.
So they say Dow for short. And that's how the nickname Dow was created.
Look at that.
Is it?
All these years I know you and I know hearing the story, I now know in the story. I probably know you since I was what, 18 or 19?
You see it?
Alright.
So it was that kind of energy now. So that Dow stay.
Right.
And everybody just Dow after that. But then when I came into fashion and I started to do things and be creative and other things like that, I decided, well, here what? We need to find an acronym for this Dow.
Right.
So DAWW. In them days I was going Bogue Malaches. And I really feel I was a gangster, so I had that kind of gangster mentality.
I can't even see you as that, eh?
That's a real serious thing.
Oh my God.
That was a whole different side of myself, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So, Dow in them days was dangerous attitude when wearing, because I believed to myself that's who I was now. You You know, that kind of thing. That's that kind of brother. You know?
One thing with you, I must say, no matter what it is, even if it's a concept for a new collection, you live that moment at that point in time.
That is very true. You know what I mean?
Wait.
So that whole Dow thing, dangerous attitude when wearing in them days, I used to do plenty denim too, so it kind of gel itself now.
Oh gosh, I remember that too.
Denim suit, denim this, that. So I was real urban, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then we run for a while, and then I remember I was trying to get an artist to do a sponsor for me, and the manager of the artist said, yeah, what is this? I just believe that the word dangerous before attitude says a lot now. And he said, if you need to reach a wider audience, you need to work on that, you need to fix that mix. And I came home and talked to my wife a little bit, and we sit down and we fuse ourselves together, and then we create distinguish. So it kind of put us on a broader scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I do feel distinguished.
So right now we stand tall as the distinguished attitude when wearing it. And it is only happen when you wear it. So don't get that. Not when you watch
Check me out
on Instagram.
Watch me
or
nice.
when you watch it on Facebook or when you watch it on any social media.
Yeah.
It only happens
when you wear it.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to stick up in it because we're going to talk about support and all these great things, Marlon.
Yeah.
In fact, Darwin, because I don't even know what to call it at this point in time.
That's serious.
All right. So we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Vibes.
The COVID-19 restrictions dampen your celebration. Let Wave stream your event live. Weddings, sports events, talk shows, any event done virtually in HD quality. Let friends and family outside of Trinidad and Tobago bid your loved ones goodbye as we stream your funeral live on social media. Call 294-1105 or 686-1419 for more info.
Welcome back, and of course, as I say, don't go anywhere, and I'm glad you stick with me. So we're going and talk about support, Marlon. What is support for you? Like, because I know coming from a household where your mom did it and, you know, the community looked at you in that way, and wifey was there with you from jump, you know, so like, let's talk support. How is that?
That real kind of, I don't know, to me, I doesn't really zoom too close on it because one of the things I got to realize is that I have the energy that people just draw. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of the guys who will always ask for the support. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So we talking COVID as well.
Right.
We saw COVID come plenty designers, plenty from costume to fashion to you name it.
Right.
Plenty people either lose hope, change the direction, but you are running strong throughout.
Yeah.
How are you managing, Marlon?
Good vibes. I think it's, for me, it's just a spiritual vibration. I think for me it's just about meditation and trying to bring new energy and new vibes and be creative and innovative, you know what I mean? That kind of energy. When the COVID hit, it was a shocker. Because I was one of the men who was saying, nah boy, I ain't gonna reach here.
Me too.
I was saying, nah, you know. And dog deep in my heart I was believing it. But then it reached, so I had to accept that fact and move forward. Change with the time and see how best I could shift the game, you know what I mean? Before they lock us down, I went into level work mode. I mean, I tell my wife, I say, how is this scene? I'm gonna pump very hard. And I pump very hard. So when the word of lockdown came, I really wasn't sad. It was just me going home and just relax myself a little bit, you know?
Yeah, because you had all that work to do anyway.
Yeah. I pump it through very hard. I mean, rocking 18 to 20 hours every single day.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 hours sleep sometimes, you get back going again, you keep your eye open, you sing 2 songs loud and you go again, you know what I mean?
And the wife, you understand